Wolverine and Deadpool has been highly anticipated, and this has been a project that superhero fans have been wanting for years. It's been 2 decades since we got the introduction to Wolverine, and without a doubt, Deadpool and Wolverine is probably the best Mad Max film there's been. This is a really fun movie. If you go in wanting to have fun, you are going to have so much fun. The action is great. It is over the top, but I mean, you saw the first two Deadpool movies. You're not here for anything different. You wanted exactly that. It is over the top. It has a fantastic opening sequence. I love the opening sequence. The opening sequence is a lot of fun. It gets you pumped up. It's energetic. It's comedic. Ryan Reynolds does a great job. And then with the comedy, I think this is the funniest Deadpool movie we have gotten.
Yeah, I would agree.
I like the jokes pointed at Disney, the ones at Fox. They're really well done. And I probably one of the biggest things going into it is just with Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine. The dude rocked it. This is a one of his best Wolverine performances. It's not better than Logan, but it was really well done. It was emotional, it was heartfelt. The chemistry between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds is exactly what you would expect, and it was shown on screen in such a way that you forgive so many things about this movie that they didn't necessarily succeed in, that it's just fun. And that's all it is. It's just fun.
I was able to enjoy this movie in a way that I don't think I've been able to enjoy a movie in probably a really long time. Of course, we go in there, thinking of the review and things like that, but I went with my wife, with a friend, and we had a great time. But I just laughed. I love the action, the comedic timing. Ryan Reynolds is hilarious. Hugh Jackman is hilarious. Stuff that I thought was gonna bug me, that I was very vocal about, didn't bug me because I was so in the moment and so caught up in the story that it didn't hit me, and I didn't have time to nag at certain things that normally I would have. I love this movie, man. I We've been saying a lot about certain projects where the writing's off and the story doesn't really go anywhere and the villain sucks and this movie's not without its flaws, but they're so minor and it's so enjoyable that I can't sit here and complain about one. I was asked a question coming out of the movie theater. My wife was like, "Is this now your favorite movie?" And I was like, "Well, it's not my favorite movie, but it is now my favorite comic book movie."
Really? You liked it that
Yeah.
much?
I liked it much more than Zack Snyder's Justice League. Much, much more. It was just very enjoyable. I don't know. I felt like a kid on a roller
I did feel
coaster
like a
ride.
kid, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
just
I'd
had
call it,
fun.
I don't think I can call it my favorite. I like Deadpool 1 quite a bit,
I
but I
do.
think I
I like all
also,
the Deadpools.
yeah, but I need to go back and rewatch it. I'm currently very sick, which definitely impacted my viewership of it, just a hint. But
Yeah, that does blow.
I went in feeling worse than how I felt leaving it.
That's awesome.
And
That
that
means the
doesn't
movie
say
did its
anything.
job.
Yeah, honestly, it made me forget about everything for 2.5 hours. It was a lot of fun. As Edward said, it's not without its flaws. I do think the story is a lot of we say it, so believe it. There's not much explanation, but again, it's a Deadpool movie. It's not the main
But
driving force behind it.
sometimes that's fun when it's like this is it's I you know how I felt like when we watched Mario.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to give it away, but more towards the end was a little eh. I did like Cassandra Nova. I think Emma Corrin did a fantastic job, and I'm surprised they stuck a lot more to her comic origins than I initially expected them to. And I think she did a great job as the villain. I like the fight scenes quite a bit. She quickly proved herself to be a fantastic actress and very menacing
Oh
and
yeah.
very graphic. I think she did a great job. I They did reuse a plot from a Marvel project from last year that I'm not a big fan of, but I'll let it slide. I won't go into specifics just in case you guys may not have seen it yet. Don't want to go there. But overall, if you want to have fun, you're going to have so much fun. This is
Yeah.
everything that you want. I mean, if you enjoy what you see in the trailers, you're going to love this movie.
Yeah, and trust me,
That's
guys,
it.
if you felt like maybe something was spoiled in one or two of the trailers, there's so much more. You see Wolverine in his classic yellow
Which looks
costume,
so good.
and it looks really, really good. Hugh Jackman, the surprises in this movie, I there was word of mouth on a couple, but seeing them, it was because I stayed the hell away from like the other. I saw Griff and I, we've made it a point we'll watch one trailer, the teaser trailer, and we'll stay the hell away from the others,
Hmm.
just so we don't get spoiled and things like that. And seeing, these surprises like in the big screen, that's the only way to go, man. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Wolverine, and Deadpool belonged in a movie together. I'm so happy they made this. I'm so happy that Ryan nagged and nagged Hugh until he said yes because we got
Yeah.
this movie. If you're a fan of Wolverine, if you're a fan of Deadpool, if you're a fan of the X-Men, if you're a fan of, just Marvel movies in general, I think that you're gonna, well, good Marvel movies in general. I think you're gonna really enjoy this movie. At the very least, as Griff said, the opening sequence. I'm not a big dance guy, but
It's
it's
good.
just it's upbeat and it's funny and Ryan Reynolds just does it like no other. This guy was born to play Deadpool. I'm so happy that this movie was made. I remember when this movie was announced. Do you remember way back when?
Yeah.
And I said to Griff then, I was like, fuck, that's a long time from now, man. And like, we had a conversation last year where I think we were somewhere around maybe December, and Griff was like, yeah, it comes out in July. I was like, shit, that's so far away from now. Here we are. We finally yesterday, as the movie started, I looked over to, friends and family, and I was like, I can't, because I was the only one feeling that way because they just they do enjoy it, but they're not big fans. I couldn't help to feel like, shit, I'm actually here. I've made it. I'm watching
It's
Deadpool and
exactly
Wolverine.
that. Yeah, no, it feels exactly as ever described. I mean, I felt like shit, but I feel pretty good now, man.
And I say this and Griff will tell you guys, I don't say this a lot. Honestly, pretty solid trilogy.
I would agree. Do you think then this is a satisfying end to the Fox universe?
Um, yeah, I think so,
I do
but
too.
who the hell knows what we're gonna get in Secret Wars?
Well, no, okay, fair enough. But I do recommend staying through the credits. They do show a lot of behind the scenes footage from a bunch of Fox projects that made my
Because
heart
of that,
smile,
yes.
made me smile. That
Oh
was
yeah, I
so
I, I
much fun to
teared up a little
see.
bit because
Yeah,
we've had a lot to say about these Fox movies, but seeing this conclusion in this way, I was like, I was there when all my buddies from high school, we were so hyped about those first
24 years
X-Men
ago.
movies. Yeah.
It's this is one you definitely want to see in
And I've
theaters.
seen all of them. Whether
Yeah,
I've bitched
whether they're
and
good or
complained
bad.
about them, I've seen the Hulk movie, that Ang Lee movie, Daredevil, which, Griff and I've talked at length. I finally got him to watch it. Elektra, sadly. Shit. Punisher. But yeah, I do. That is a very interesting question. I do feel like this is
I think it's a good send off.
yeah, there you go. Good send off. I like that word better.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments how you felt about Deadpool and Wolverine. Let us know what you liked and what you didn't. If you enjoyed this video, check out our MCU fan casting for Wolverine, where we give our thoughts on who should play Wolverine in the MCU going forward. After this movie, I think I'm right.
Take care, guys. Enjoy.